back, and today our special guest is Mike Burris from In-Tune Music here in Tahlequah. Welcome to the show.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Appreciate you allowing us to come into your business today and interrupt things a little bit with Late Morning Latte.
No problem.
Mike and his wife Bobby own and operate this marvelous business. And tell us a little bit about In-Tune Music.
Well, we've been here for 6.5 years. That's kind of a mom and pop operation. We do have some other techs with us that like Hank Chitty and some other people that Scott Lawrence, the guitar luthier here in town, who help us out with a lot of our technical things. And we've helped with different things in the past, like the Illinois River Balloon Festival, downtown Hoedown. I worked with the Chamber of Commerce. I worked with the Current Magazine. We do lots of concerts, that kind of thing that I've helped with and been around and been involved with.
Well, if anyone in this area, the Tahlequah area, and maybe from either other areas that might catch our program on the internet, I am very impressed with the number and variety of guitars that are hanging in this business.
Yeah, well, we try to keep it mixed up a little bit. Plus, we repair all types of musical instruments. If it's got strings on it or you can plug it in, we can probably fix it, you know. I mean, this is an example of a guitar I made out of parts. So we do all kinds of custom stuff. If you like pickups or certain kinds of things done to your musical instruments, we can build them to your specifications.
So if an individual's interested in a new piece of equipment, or they have one that needs to be repaired.
Right.
They need some advice on what might be the next step for them to renovate.
I tell everybody, you know, we're in the sound advice business, you know what I mean? Because I've gone out to a lot of churches and schools and helped them with their mixing boards and their PA systems, because they get too many hands-on, you know, and they don't know what to do with it.
Right.
So we do a lot of that straightening out on PA systems and sound equipment.
It's a very technical business.
Yes, it is. I actually went to school for this in the late 1970s and worked in a recording studio in Oklahoma City in 1980, a 24-track engineering studio. And then I was a building engineer dealing with electronics for 18 years, high-rise buildings.
Right.
So whenever we kind of moved here and kind of semi-retired, I just took my electronics background into this business.
Doesn't sound like you retired.
No, I thought this was going to be a part-time job, but it kept me very, very busy.
Well, that's an important part of retirement.
Well, yeah, but it's opened up a whole lot of doors of opportunity for me too. I've got to meet a lot of well-known artists. I helped with the Muskogee Civic Center with their sound for 4 years. In the summer times when they did their blues festivals outdoors, I was their stage manager, and it was a lot of fun, and I got to meet a whole lot of people as a result of it, including IMTV.
Yeah, what a great group to work with.
Yeah, what a great group to work with.
Give us kind of your perspective on, it's a changing world, a lot of things are new, some things are old, but music kind of seems to somewhat stay the same. Music is music, but technology is changing a few things.
Yeah, technology, especially in the early 80s with computers and things like that, it went from an analog world to a digital world. And so, like what used to take a room full of equipment, you know, like I said, I went to school in a 24-track studio, and it was a huge room full of equipment. And now I can do the same thing with my laptop.
Quite a change.
Yeah, so meet the band, my laptop.
Yeah, there you
go.
I mean? There you go. And that technology continues to evolve.
And it definitely does. The way we listen to music, the way we'll listen to music in the future, you know, because we've seen it go from reel to reel to cassette to 8-track to, you know, to DVDs and everything else, and to iPods, you know, and the way the future changed of music, you know, because of the technology is definitely different. Definitely different.
What about the musicians? Have they changed?
Not the ones I know. And also the guitars have stayed the same, you know, because they were such brilliant design. The Les Paul and the Fender Stratocaster back, they haven't changed a bit. They were good designs when they came out, and they just not really changed that much. The equipment, you know, What they do with it is two different things, but you know what I mean? But,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, and technology is kind of complementing some of that talent.
Sure, sure. You know, but you know what? A lot of people are still, a lot of artists are still putting their albums out on vinyl as well as a disc, because of the warmer sound that analog technology, the old style technology, has to do compared to the digital thing. The digital sounds too precise, and the analog sounds with more warmth, more realism.
So that's where the experience like you've had comes in, that you're able to blend and,
Sure.
and navigate your way through those different
Right.
sounds.
I would rather work with tape personally, you know.
The old school.
The old school. Yeah, I'm showing my age.
No, well,
but-
that's okay. I'm kind of a child of the '60s myself, so
Yeah,
I appreciate
well.
all those perspectives.
Yeah.
What about, we talked a little bit earlier about you don't actually instruct here. If someone's interested in learning to play an instrument or improve their skills, but you have ability to do referrals.
We know a lot of teachers here in town, people that play with the NSU Jazz Lab or different people up at the university, and plus just independent teachers and piano teachers and guitar teachers. So even though that we don't teach here in my studio here, we have phone numbers for people that you can get a hold of, you know, and they're all very, very qualified, and I know them all personally.
So if a young person or maybe a parent's interested in kind of getting some advice on the type of instrument and what might work or what might fit for that student, they're certainly invited to come by InTune.
Sure.
And then you're able to refer them on to an
Sure.
instructor.
And because I repair instruments and things like that, once you buy an instrument, it's not like I'm going to just shove you out the door. I'm here if you need me. You know, I mean, if you like your guitar set up differently after you play it for a few weeks, or you need some violin repairs or whatever, we can take care of that for you.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years? You retired once and you came back and you're probably busier than you've ever been. And what's 5 years for Mike?
That's I don't know what's 20 minutes from now, you know, let alone 5 years. You
I have
know
the
what I
same
mean?
philosophy.
You know what I mean? I mean, a lot can happen
Yeah.
in a long, you know, over that period of time. You know, so.
Well, the instruments have stayed pretty much the same.
Yeah, sure.
Musicians are changing a little bit. Maybe
And the
style of music.
the music had definitely changed.
So,
you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah, pretty exciting future.
I'm a big fan of 50s and 60s music because that was more my generation that I grew up with and everything. So I like listen to a lot of oldies, to be honest with you. You know, some of the new music that I pick up a copy of Rolling Stone or something. I don't know who those people are. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. Yeah,
It's a new world.
yeah, and I guess I'm just an old guy.
Well, we'll get to that point together then, I think.
Yeah,
About the same
we're in this
age.
together.
That's
we
right.
we
That's right.
certainly are.
Hey, it's been great visiting with you,
Yeah,
Mike,
it's
and
been a
being a guest
pleasure.
here in the
Yeah,
InTune
yeah.
studios and
You bet.
business. And we'll need to come back sometime, visit some more, and encourage people to come out to InTune and visit with Mike and Bobby, and just take a look around and see what's out there. There's a lot of undiscovered musicians in the Tahlequah and Cherokee County area. And we invite you to start your career, your journey right here at InTune. We'll be right back with another guest in a few minutes, and we'll have some great community events to talk about. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thanks.